Sunday night in the Mid-South from the First Defense Doppler 3 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Austin Onek. The best news of the weekend looks like it's going to be, again, things ending on a quiet note and us dodging a pretty major storm system heading on over toward the East Coast states. So if you're planning on traveling that direction, you could be looking at some major travel headaches in the course of about the next 24 to 48 hours as some pretty major amounts of snowfall begin to head into areas there. For us, not too bad, a little bit more sunshine and also some windy conditions going to be dying down by just a little bit. So good news overall for the entire area in the Mid-South. Winds across the area. Again, you can see our storm system just south of Chicago and in and around the Ohio and northern Kentucky areas for this evening. Starting to see some pretty breezy winds coming in out of the northwest, and we'll continue to see that throughout the rest of the evening. So a few breezy winds into tomorrow morning could be a bit of a problem. Storm system showing up very nicely on satellite, very tightly packed storm. Alberta Clippers usually are fast-moving small systems, and as of right now, the rainfall potential at this time is pretty much gone throughout much of the rest of the area. Memphis in the Mid-South seeing a few remnant showers dropping on down from the north, but outside of that, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing too much of anything in the way of a problem for rainfall into tomorrow morning, which is definitely good news considering kids waiting for school buses and walking to school tomorrow. Not anything in the way of watches or warnings showing up from the First Defense Doppler 3 Weather Center from the National Weather Service. That's a different story back to the East Coast. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Low temperatures tonight back in the lower to mid 30s. Now combine that with wind speeds in the early morning hours heading back into the around the 15 to 25 mile per hour range, dropping down by just a little bit. But by the time we hit tomorrow morning, wind speeds of about 10 miles per hour, combine that with winds and temperatures back in the lower to mid 30s. That's where we're seeing again the possibility of maybe some very low wind chills down into the lower to mid 20s across much of the Mid-South area. So definitely want to get the kids ready for that before heading out the door. Back in the lower to mid 40s for highs, a few upper 40s into parts of the Mid-South tomorrow, but that's going to be about it. Low temperatures tomorrow night, dropping down into around the lower to mid 30s, maybe a few mid to upper 20s across northwestern areas of Tennessee, but everybody else back in the mid to upper 20s to lower 30s. High temperatures on Tuesday, that's where we get some very good numbers coming on through. We'll be back into the warm sectors of areas getting back into the mid to upper 50s and not doing too bad as we section out the chances of rainfall and getting into some sunshine into the Mid-South as well. Fairly dry conditions and very sunny skies expected for the course of the next few days. Lows Tuesday night dropping again into the upper 20s to lower 30s. By Wednesday, more sunshine and high temperatures back in the mid to upper 50s. By the time we hit Thursday, temperatures will be back in the upper 50s before we start getting some cooler weather in here. We'll see the winds out of the southwest early, but then they'll start to switch to the northwest as we get into areas in and around Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. Lows dropping in the lower to mid 30s Thursday evening, but not seeing anything in the way of precipitation chances, so definitely good news there. And as we head into Friday, temperatures will be back into around the mid to upper 40s once again, but chances of rainfall or snow or thunderstorms or anything else just not being seen. High temperatures by Saturday, again, going back into around the mid to upper 40s, so a cool weekend next week. Chances of anything involving precipitation will be moving into the Mid-South as we go into Saturday afternoon and evening, but fairly light chances at this time. Doesn't look like too much to be expected, at least until we hit Saturday evening. And so far, just rainfall expected, although by the time we get Saturday night into around Sunday, we could see the potential of maybe some rain mixed with snow showers across the northern third of the viewing area, the northern half almost. This is still a changeable situation, still well into the future. We'll be watching that, again, with a lot of interest out there. Once again, if you are just possibility of planning to go anywhere in the next few days to the East Coast states, watching the area right here as our storm system from tonight works its way over toward the East Coast and then just deepens very rapidly into a very strong storm system, which is going to haul in a lot of moisture off the Atlantic and work its way over parts of very cold air from the New England area all the way back on over into around the areas of the East Coast, just north of the Washington, D.C. area. Now, not much going on again here in the Mid-South area, but taking a look back toward the New England states, it is going to be a mess. We've got winter storm watches, winter storm warnings. We had blizzard warnings in effect for areas around the New York City area. In fact, they've been upgraded from blizzard watches to blizzard warnings around those particular areas. So again, anything north of, say, Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, back up through Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and all the way up into Boston, you're definitely going to want to call ahead to check and see what's going on out there. Precipitation, we did manage to pick up a little bit of rainfall out there today, 0.16 of an inch officially, and that was, again, a drop in the bucket compared to what we need. We're behind by over 2 inches for the entire month and for the year. 57, well above normal for the high temperature today. 37 the low, and we're again just above the average out there for today as well. And looking again, if you'd like to check out more about what's going on with the weather and getting ready for severe weather, especially, you got the information down here on our weather page at wreg.com/weather/forecast for more details about volunteering with Skywarn from the National Weather Service. Those training meetings will be coming up in the course of the near future. Quiet night tonight. Again, the rainfall chances are basically done. We have a few more sprinkles possible, but nothing in the way of thunderstorms, and also not seeing any frozen precipitation. We'll be watching that potential for snow showers coming up by next weekend, and also seeing again the potential for some sunshine, but some cooler weather as we go into Monday. And once again, can't emphasize this enough, with 2 to 3 feet of snow expected into parts of the New England area and the upper Northeast. If you are traveling that way, call ahead to check your destination, or maybe think about a postponement or other travel destinations if you can avoid it. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good snarl coming up in those locations over the course of the next several days. We'll keep you up to date on the forecast. I'll have an update tonight on News Channel 3 at 10, and stay tuned to News Channel 3 on air and online throughout the rest of the week as our various weather anchors and meteorologists keep you updated on the weather situation here. But overall, a quiet finish to the first month of 2015. Definitely good news all the way around. From the First Defense Doppler 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Austin Onek. Join me here at WREG.com and email me if you have any ideas about what we can feature here on Weather Overtime, climate, weather, forecasting, environmental type stuff. We'll see what we can do to fit it in. This is where you get more information than a regular weathercast allows, and we'll see what we can do to make it your weathercast as we go along over the next several weeks into 2015. Join me again for another Weather Overtime coming up later this week. And from the News Channel 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Austin Onek. Thanks for joining me for the latest edition of Weather Overtime.